What's up, YouTube? Back with another video, and today's video actually was not one of my ideas. Somebody actually commented down below one of my videos, and they asked if I can make a video about this topic. And I believe this person's name is J-Lo or Jello Farid. I apologize if I mispronounced that, but thank you. I want to say thank you for requesting this topic because it's a very important one, and it's something that a lot of people struggle with and really don't know how to overcome. And it's crazy that you actually asked me to make a video about this, because literally last night I was sitting down just like reflecting about how far I've come along my journey, and I was actually thinking about how I used to constantly compare myself to other people. I used to constantly compare myself to every single situation, and it made me feel horrible. So thank you for this request. I'm very excited to talk about this, and I don't know exactly, I don't have a plan as to what I'm gonna be saying, so I'm just gonna be speaking from my heart, So, comparison. I'm sure a lot of you have heard this quote before. Take it in. The quote goes something like, comparison is the thief of joy. I believe that's what it is. Comparison is the thief of joy. I'm gonna let that marinate in y'all brain real quick. Comparison is the thief of joy. And it truly is. Because I remember back then in the past, and I'm not gonna make it seem like I don't compare myself to other people and other things anymore at all, because I feel like we all do to a certain extent, but I do not compare myself nearly as much as I used to, because I am more comfortable in who I am. I know who I am. I know what my strengths are. I know the type of person I am, and I know that I am me. There's only one me. I can't be out here trying to be like somebody else. Neither can you. But when you compare yourself to other people, when you look at their life and you're like, damn, this person is doing so much better than me. This person looks better than me. They dress better than me. They have more people than me. They get they get more money than me. Whatever it is that you're comparing yourself for, you have to understand that, first of all, the people that we compare ourselves to, we don't really know them. We don't really know their situation. We all go through different shit behind closed doors. A lot of people present themselves to be one way or one thing, but really it could be the exact opposite. Excuse me. You don't really know who somebody is unless you're living with them, type shit. But even still, even if this person that you're comparing yourself to is this great person that you're painting that picture in your mind to be, who cares? Why does it matter what they have or what they don't have? Why are you comparing yourself? Ask yourself that question. Why are you comparing yourself to other people? Probably because you don't feel good enough yourself. And if you feel like that, just know that it's okay, because I've been in that situation before. But just know that it's not okay to stay in that situation. You have to understand that you can never control what other people do. You cannot control how other people move. You can't control what their next move is gonna be. But what you will always and forever have control over is yourself. You will always have control over the thoughts that you choose to think in your mind. You will always have control over what your next move is gonna be. You have to take all of that energy and attention that you're putting out onto these other people and take that back to yourself. Because the more that you focus on other people, the less that you're focusing on yourself. And that's something that I used to do so much, bro. To give you guys a little story, My whole life growing up, I've been an athlete. I've played basketball my entire life, pretty much. Ever since I was about 5 years old, all the way through college, until I dropped out my junior year. But that's besides the point. I've been an athlete all my life. And this is not even to exaggerate or to gas myself up, but all throughout my life, like elementary school, middle school, high school, college, 90 to 95% of the teams that I've played on, and I've played on several different teams, 90 to 95% of the teams that I've played on, I was always the best person on that team. I was always that go-to person. And I've had hundreds of people throughout my life tell me how good of a basketball player I am. Tell me how far I'm gonna make it. Just completely gas my head up. And you would think that hearing this shit from this person and that person, just constantly hearing that, you would think that that would boost up your confidence and your, self-belief, right? But it didn't for me. I mean, it felt good to hear it, right? But it didn't boost my self-confidence and my self-belief. Why? Because even though all of these people were in my ear telling me how good I am, I didn't truly believe that deep down. And it's kind of weird because I knew that I was good. I knew I was good. I knew I was a good shooter. I knew I could dribble, I knew I could make my moves, get to the hoop, get my buckets in, whatever. But I didn't really know and truly believe that with my whole heart and my whole being. And part of the reason why I didn't was because I compare myself. I compare myself to other players on other teams. I compare myself to other players on my team. If I saw something that another player could do better than me, it made me feel bad about my abilities, even though there were things that I did better than other people. And, that just goes back into comparison. You can really hinder yourself in your growth by comparing yourself to other people, because part of you already feels let down because, how do I put this? You feel inferior. You feel inferior because you feel like you're not as good as somebody else is. And it doesn't matter about if you're better than this person or whatever we compare ourselves to. It doesn't matter if you're better than somebody. It's just about, being better than who you were before. It's just about, you putting in all of your effort onto that thing or whatever it is that you're doing, and just, focusing on how good you're doing. Are you giving it your all? And if you're giving it 110% effort, that's a win right there. It doesn't matter if somebody else is better than you or not. Because when you focus on yourself, and like literally, when you take all of that attention and energy off of the people or the things that you're comparing yourself to, and you bring it back to yourself, and you make it a comparison between yourself, like, okay, it's me versus me. It's really you versus you. There is no comparison. The only person that you should ever compare yourself to is the person that you were yesterday. Are you a better person today than you were yesterday? That's the only person that you should ever compare yourself to. God made us all different for a reason. And that's because we have different things to bring into this world. Do not, and it's easier said than done, but do not waste your time in your life constantly comparing yourself to other people, because it's not going to do anything but bring you down and make you feel bad. That's not what we're here for. We're here to grow. We're here to evolve. And we're here to get better as individuals so that, you know, we can help other people as we grow along our journey, right? 1 second, you know. This ain't water, by the way. It look cloudy as hell. Some lemonade. Yeah, good lemonade. Organic shit, you know. But, you know, one of the ways, and it's hard to kind of describe how you can not compare yourself to other people and other things if you're so used to doing it. But, you know, one of the things I guess I can say that can possibly help, which I do hope helps you, getting tongue twisted. Just think of it as you versus you. It's you versus you. If you have a thought in your mind where you feel like comparing yourself, or you catch yourself comparing yourself to somebody, just try to flip that switch in your brain and be like, it's me versus me. It don't matter what this person doing. You know, obviously you're comparing yourself to somebody because you see something good in them that you want. So when you start comparing yourself to somebody, simply give them a round of applause. You know, congratulate them for what it is that you admire about them. But then bring that energy back to yourself. Focus on you. Because when we focus on ourselves, that's when good things start flowing into our lives. We're not put on this planet to focus on this person, that person, that person. We're supposed to focus on us. We are the most important people in our lives. You feel what I'm saying? So I feel like I pretty much said everything that I had to say that was on my heart about comparison. After I finish this video and end it, more shit is probably gonna pop up into my mind, so maybe I'll make a part 2 to this at some point. But, you know, besides that, I really do hope that you guys were able to take something from this video, and just know that God made you the way that you are because you're perfect the way you are. Don't ever let that shit go over your head. Don't compare yourself, bro. It's always you versus you. Alright? So, until next time, you know, J Mitch out.